A pleasant day, my dear learners. This video is intended to be your review for MAPEH 9 Quarter 1 in preparation for your first quarterly assessment, prepared by yours truly, Miss Julia Ann Alison. Our agenda for today's video are the following. We have two. First, the pointers of the different components in MAPEH. Make sure to prepare your pen, paper, and take down some notes. Second, we are going to answer the practice test. You can later on write down the different correct answers because it will help you study even better. Okay, so before we start, let us first have a quick throwback about the different key concept in our previous sessions in MAPEH 9, starting with music. Do you still remember that we talked about medieval, Renaissance, and Baroque music? Very good. In arts, we talked about Western classical art. What are those? Okay, we have four: the prehistoric, the Egyptian, the Greek, and the Roman art. While in medieval, we talked about three. Those are the Byzantine, Romanesque, and Gothic art. Very good. While in PE, we talked about the different fitness components, such as the health and skill-related components. And we also talked about the different sports injuries. Lastly, in health, we talked about healthy community and environmental problems. Now, are you ready? Let's start. First, the pointers. Pointers in music. Since we talked about the different, a lot of eras such as medieval, Renaissance, and Baroque, we expected to study even a lot more topics. So I only put the different possible answers that will be in the exam. So make sure to read carefully. Do you remember about the plain song or chant? It is a monophonic melody that uses sacred text. Okay, so we talked also about medieval music was organized according to the needs of liturgical services in Latin as a text. So plain song or chant, it is one of the liturgical services that used in the church. So do you still remember about the sacred and secular music? Okay, very good. So sacred music comes from the Latin word sacrare. It is used within the church because it is sacred. And while secular is in the opposite, it is not sacred. It is not used within the church. It is earthly and not celestial. I also let you give me two different examples of sacred and secular music. And yes, we should not forget about the Gregorian chant, no? So it was the official music of Roman Catholic Church. Again, Gregorian chant, the official music of Roman Catholic Church. It is preferred to the late Pope Gregory I or Pope Gregory the Great. Okay, we also talked about the opera, oratorio, and cantata. Opera obviously is an art form where musicians perform a drama accompanied by instrument on stage. I know that would be easy for you because opera, very common na ginang opera, no? So oratorio is an extended composition with narration based on biblical subjects, not extended for religious services. But again, when you hear the word biblical subject but not intended for religious service, it is oratorio. Dili siya sacred kay usually student will misinterpret this this phrase, no? Ilang answer per me sa biblical subject not intended for religious service is sacred music. No, sacred music is intended for the religious service. Pero dili gani siya intended for religious religious services, but gagamit siya o biblical subject is called oratorio. So cantata is extended piece consisting of succession of recitatives and set pieces such as duet, choruses, or arias. So we also have the different composers of medieval, Renaissance, and Baroque period. So let's proceed in arts. we are going to talk about first the Western classical art. So we have first the prehistoric art. So it is usually use natural pigments and stone carvings to create representations of objects, animals, and rituals that governed a civilization existence. So do you still remember the different artwork that I showed you? So the painters are the prehistoric man. So they painted wildlife, the huntings, the man with spears, the pamagana. So great job di ay kaayo sa mga ni paints of prehistoric no sa ato ang performance task. Very well done. So those paintings discovered in Lascaux in France, it was discovered in 1940 and it is said that it was 20,000 years old. So that's it. So let's proceed to the second, Egyptian art. So when you hear Egyptian arts, automatically pops up in your mind should be sculptures because sila jud ang gauna sa sculptures actually. So Egyptian arts, relief sculptures were very common on the walls of ancient Egypt. As you can see in the movies, no? Usually, basta makita gani mong Egyptian inspired movies or mga movies nga gi-shoot sa Egypt, makita gay mo sa wall kay murag na inigawas nga picture or nga sculpture, no? Pero di siya actually 3D, it's just 2D. So no, it is called the high relief sculptures. So I mean, ang high relief, katong yung 3D, but the low relief is katong nang gawas, or it is called low relief or bas relief sculptures, which the figures of the objects stand out slightly from the background. So, mota ko i-explain ninyo. So, if maoni ang wall na ay stand out gamay nga sculpture, it is called low relief or bas relief sculptures. Lastly, we have the ancient Greece art. So ancient Greece art, it flourished about 1,200 BCE. So that's why when we talk about Greece, it comes with the Roman after because the Romans just got their culture or it is they were influenced by the Greek, no? So mara na siya nga pare-pareho ra siya when it comes to kanang costumes, culture, traditions, and some of the Romans also believe in the Greek gods and goddesses. Let's proceed to medieval arts. Let's talk about first the Byzantine arts. What is the kanang K-term nga akong gipa? Remember ninyo during our session with medieval art? You still remember? Okay, this one, when we talk about Byzantine art, since medieval arts we talked about usually about churches. So Byzantine arts gani class, it is overly decorated and covered with mosaics. So again, the K term for Byzantine is overly decorated and covered with mosaics. While Romanesque art, unsa man to ako ang keyword. Okay, kung Romanesque art gani, they have the massive nga haligi, dagko ilang mga haligi, but very small doorways and windows. So again, so Romanesque, dagko kaayo ang haligi sa churches, pero gagmay kaayo na ilang mga portahan o ilang mga bintana. While the Gothic art, very easy to determine because it is three-dimensional. Usually, the designs, it is richly embroidered, feminine, and have deeply recessed doorways. So as you can see, when we talked about Gothic, the keyword there is very elaborate, very detailed. Okay, that's one, very detailed. So when we talk about also Gothic art, naadjud na ang stained glass panel, stained glass. Okay, so can you still give me the two churches nga Gothic inspired? You still remember? Okay, first we have the Notre Dame, and second we have the what? Sagrada de Familia. And to add up on another FYI, our very own St. Catherine's Parish Church is a Byzantine-inspired church also. So if mo ingon mo, so ganit mo dito sa ato ang simbahan mo, mo din ni Byzantine. Asa ka dapita ang covered with mosaics siya, no? So it's for you to find out. Okay, now let's proceed with our physical education. Okay, have a review about the different fitness components. I know this is not new for you because I know grade 7 pa mo, nagtabi na mo about health and skill-related components. So also the common sports injuries. So I indicated there the pages. And also for the health, you have to study about impacts of having healthy community, environmental problems, and effects of the environmental problems. Okay, I gave you those pages. I hope you can read inyuhan na ng part. Okay. So now let's proceed with our practice test. Okay. So get ready with your pen and paper. Okay, for this practice task, para ma-challenge po mo, I'll give you 5 seconds to answer each, and then I will also give the correct answer later on. So first, the directions. Answer the given questions or description in each number. Write your answer in the space provided. Okay, let's start. Number 1. It is a monophonic melody that uses sacred text. Okay, the answer is plain song. Number 1, plain song. Number 2, what is the official music of Roman Catholic Church? What is the official music of Roman Catholic Church? Okay, very good. It is the Gregorian chant. Number 3, it is an extended composition narrated based on biblical subjects. It is oratorio. Okay, biblical subjects, oratorio. Number 4, he composed Missa Papae Martiale. Okay, number 4, the correct answer is Giovanni Pierluigi de Palestrina. Number 5, Da Vinci is a composer from medieval period. Is it true or false? It is false because Da Vinci doesn't belong in medieval period. Da Vinci existed in Renaissance period or era. Now let's proceed with our arts. Number 6, an era where artists sculpted high relief sculptures and two-dimensional backgrounds. Okay, the answer for number 6 is Egyptian era. Okay, number 7. It is the other term for low relief sculptures that made the object or figure stand out slightly from the background. The answer for number 7 is bas relief. Bas relief. Number 8, it is a prehistoric limestone art that is 11.1 centimeter high and found at Vienna. It is about this big lang. Gamay man jud to siya. Okay, the answer for number 8 is Venus Willendorf. Okay. Number 9, give one example. That is one. Give one example of Gothic church. Okay, you can answer Notre Dame or Sagrada de Familia. Again, number 9, you can answer Notre Dame or Sagrada de Familia. Number 10, our St. Catherine's Parish is inspired of what era or art? Number 10, the answer is Byzantine art. Let's proceed with our PE. Okay, number 11. It is the ability to change and control the direction and position of the body while maintaining a constant rapid motion. The answer for number 11 is agility. Number 12, it is a goal of just all regular exercise routines. When you say goal of just about all exercise routine, the answer for number 12 is, okay, the answer for number 12 is body composition. Number 13, give one physical activity that measures cardiovascular endurance. There are so many, just give me one. Okay, for number 13, you can answer jogging, cycling, biking, etc. So number 14, a type of injury that occurs suddenly and are usually short-lived, requiring immediate treatment and generally causing the following symptoms. The answer for number 14 is acute injury. Number 15, a cause by a bump, blow, or jolt to the head or by a hit to the body that causes the head or the brain to move rapidly back and forth. The answer for number 15 is... Okay, the answer for number 15 is concussion. Number 16, that should be number 16. I'm sorry for the typo. Number 16, a healthy community impact that close enough to use certain services makes it more likely for members of the community to embrace a healthy lifestyle. When we say certain services, the answer should be number 16. The answer will be better access to the certain services. Okay, number 17. Again, the answer for number 16 is better access. Number 17, diseases easily spread and increase in unhygienic and overcrowded surroundings and with poor quality of water supply. Is it true or false? Very good. It's true because usually being unhygienic and staying in overcrowded areas will really gives you something that will make you ill. Okay, so number 18, deforestation can lead to okay, you can answer just one. It can be soil erosion, climate change, and flash flood. Number 19, a government agency that promotes peace and order, ensures public safety, and strengthens local government. Okay, the answer for number 19 is DILG, or the Department of Interior and Local Government. Number 20, last. Now to evaluate effectiveness, accessibility, and quality of personal and population-based environmental public health services is one of the responsibilities of a health worker. Is it true or false? Okay, the answer is false because the health workers really evaluate effectiveness of or the accessibility of everything in the community, and it is said in number 20 not to evaluate. So the answer for number 20 is false. So if you have any questions about our different different pointers and practice tests, you can just send your questions and concerns in our group chat. So don't be shy to ask questions. Okay? Okay, so for announcement, I only have 3. First, a voice message contains your lacking activities and outputs will be sent by Miss Allison individually. So for grade 9, I already finished sending the students from the community of St. Vincent Ferrer, St. Hyacinth of Poland, and St. John Masias. Nataga na tamo tagsa-tagsa of voice message. Ang uban wala pa jud mo seen. Okay, so make sure inyo hatong paminaw. And make sure to complete your modular activities and performance tasks, of course. Kung dili man gani-ganahan, mablangko nung kay masuko si mama si papa, Jud. Paningkamot, Jud. Okay? Ikaw yung maningkamot sa dmi nga dili inton mablangko. That's why we keep on reminding you as much as possible. And lastly, feel free to play this video again if you haven't understood the lessons or our pointers and practice tests. Okay, so that's it. Now that you have already studied all the given pointers and taking the practice test, you are now ready to take your first quarterly assessment for MAPEH 9. My dear learners, my dear students, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope, crossed fingers, daghan ang makapasar sa atong exam, no? Mag-ampo ta. Okay, so this has been your Miss Allison, always reminding you to always be grateful in life, always be grateful to your family and everything that you have in life. Thank you so much for watching once again, and God bless. Thank you.